on the road now from Tangier to Casablanca. To describe things as interesting is an understatement. As you can see there in the forefront, 5 dogs laying on the street, but construction, sling it up any way you like, build it in any way you like, and live any way you like. The women seem to have no freedom of expression, and so far the gentlemen on the streets are in need of a shower. But let's take you down the road and show you what's what. I'm now about to enter the main highway on the way down to Casablanca. It's pretty green and there's quite a lot of wildlife, but leaving the city of Tangier, it was, well, it is quite amazing that, I don't know, I presume it's just the fact that people live where they were brought up. But as I say to you, move out in the world, do something different, because there's places in the world you want to visit. There's only a few places in the world I would now want to actually live, and living is important. But to be in a city, I don't understand the human being that wants to dwell in a city unless that city is totally civilized in every way. Seems to me to be something difficult to understand. Well, I've just stopped off on typical roadside area, and it's just littered with rubbish, as the city was littered with rubbish. There's a man out with his sheep, but you're just walking in just crap. And the houses, well, I don't know how to describe them politely, but this is just, so far, this is an oil change, believe it or not. An oil change. Believe it or not, people are just living, but this is another oil change. And this is just a typical area in the middle of the countryside, nowhere special, and it's just like everywhere I can see, littered with human waste. And I've just seen many goat herders and sheep herders, and one of them sitting on his mobile phone and thinking, the modern world has taken us over. And as for freedom of expression, I can see by the people, but it's difficult. I was talking to some young people last night, and I was touching on just normal subjects that you would talk about 20, 25, 30 years ago. And it was as if, whoa, stop. You can't say that, you can't talk about that. And I even find my own friends today not being able to talk about certain subjects because it's just, should I say, taboo. But normal subjects of life, and the amount of half-finished houses, and houses that look beautiful on one side and have got a blank wall on the other. Now, this isn't criticism of a country. This is just saying that there is countries where you can express yourself, but the amount of countries where you can express yourself today has been vastly reduced in the last 20 years. That today, to talk about any subject that could be described as touchy is difficult. And as I say, the people I've seen here they're pretty much all dressed the same, and there isn't really any freedom of expression. But anyway, I shall go on my road to Casablanca and I shall see the changes. Here I only see rubbish. Well, I'm stopping off at a little town on the way down just to see what the place is like, because I just cannot imagine that this can be in this way. So here I go. I'll show you the inside of the town in a minute, pay my toll and move on through. Well, I'm now on the road through to the well, I can't actually pronounce where it was, but again, what I see is, you know, people are living, and I just stopped to speak to some policeman on the side of the road just to ask him questions, and very nice people. Everybody is so nice, but I still find it always so hard when you see the buildings, for instance. If it wasn't for concrete, they wouldn't be building anything, right? Well, after getting my fine for 150 dirham, I was then on my way to the village. So now I've had an experience with the police twice in 15 minutes. Here we are now, the third police block. The third police block. Of course, after having an encounter with the police next to the mosque, I get a puncher going down to an area I don't know what to describe it as. That's life. Let's enjoy. In a place like this, when you change your tyre, even though it's next to a mosque, and you've been stopped and fined by the police and stopped by the police, one thing you do is lock your car the moment you're anywhere away from it. Even though you're next to the dog shit, you lock your door. Make sure it's locked when you change your tire. Make sure it's locked whenever you do anything. And make sure if you're away from your vehicle, all the possessions that you have, really important possessions, go in your pocket. The rest are hidden in the boot. Here there are beautiful derelict sites overlooking the ocean. Derelict houses, one after another, overlooking the ocean. Pitiful dogs on the streets, overlooking the ocean. And yet, just vile dereliction. Teams of dogs. So let's recap over this town I wanted to come and have a look at. Speeding ticket, punctured tyre, and now I'm at a place where they are going to do it. It's a little meow meow, but the place is muy bueno. I mean, how is it humanly possible? I don't know. There's an old saying in the world that around his if he around his own door swept, the city would be clean. She looks very, very clean, and she looks quite happy. But as for the place, woo, no, as for the place, it is different. like everywhere in Morocco. It's different. Nobody wants to clean anything. I don't know whether this is a bath to check the puncture on a tire or whether they actually swim in here. But it is muy bueno. Muy bueno. It's incredible. And here it's just, this is where they sit and eat. The heater going, water containers. It is incredible how different people from different cultures decide to run their lives. But that's just the way it is. Now 70 euros on a tyre, in which isn't my fault. I can see by the hole in it, probably came back to the car hire in that same way. Anyway, let's move on to Casablanca. I haven't got any choice, and I'm looking forward to it, after all. The man's decided to take me around the back to what is different. The whole of this is human living, but he's decided to take me down through a place. I don't know where we're going, but this is places where people reside, as they say. I think that's the word, reside. The smell, well, I don't know, I can describe to you the smell. The smell now, just at this point, is pretty incredible. You know, this is where people are actually running their lives. You know, we all got free choice, but running their life and running different places to be, and it is what it is. You know, it is, and only can be described as incredible. The smell is beyond human comprehension. It is. I'm glad I'm with a guide. You know, people live here. There's a hotel across the way, but the poor is the poor. This is where they put their tyres after they've been used. But they clean the floor. It is, it's incredible. Incredible. This town is... He wants to show me something else, and I follow along. The dog's name is Rosa. Rosa. It is. These are the chickens that are eating from the. And the man knows all the dogs' names, and look. Whoa. The smell, the smell, the smell, the smell. This cat's name's Mimi. Mimi, right? Whew. The little girl there, no more than 3 or 4 years old, living in. Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh. Morocco. And I'm told that this is Morocco. You know, it is incredible. I'm sorry, but oh, we've all got legs. Just find a farm, walk on the nearest road, and walk to a farm and work for free in the middle of nowhere. This is incredible, incredible. I don't know what to say. It is just incredible.